Our function really is at the contact level to take contact records, raw records, and turn them into rich profiles that are quantifiable, that people can actually build a target audience using quantifiable metrics to execute against, and that they would know what their total universe of available prospects or customers are that they actually could market to, which would then give them their actual costs for doing the program. Prior to this, a lot of times the teams did not know how many contacts existed, and they would go ahead and build these programs not knowing if the countries that they were going to actually go market to had enough contacts to make it a worthwhile program. The actual capability of taking the data and giving it to us so that we could actually do some real-time planning and getting some real-time answers that took hours or days before just allowed us to be a lot more valuable to our own executives to make better and quicker decisions. As Cisco expands into other adjacent markets, Cisco really needs to know who they are marketing to. In the past, Cisco was really sales-led. And when you're sales-led, you sell to companies. But as marketeers, we market to individuals. So it was really important to attach a lot of data that we had at the company level to new data that we wanted to have at the contact level. There's data all over the company. And we're the one team now, because of the Alterian solution, that can aggregate that data so that we can get a consolidated view. We've got our marketing data store, which has over 20 million contacts. Then there's another at least 18 million contacts with our customer service team. Then we've recently had over 15 acquisitions in the last 2 years. They all have databases, and we want to be able to aggregate them to see which ones that we can use and which ones they can use. In addition, we have D&B company level data as well that we want to aggregate and connect to our contact level data. Now, because we've installed the Alterian Quick Counts tool, what took weeks now takes hours or even minutes based on the queries that we put in place. In addition, one of the best things about it is because now we can actually put it in a form that is much more understandable and simple for our executives to see the data and then derive insights from the data. In the past, we would start with the program itself and build the program, and then go out to countries and ask them, go execute the program. And they would expect all the countries to execute. Now, we can work with our own central solutions team, who are the ones that build the programs, and say, based on the contact counts, we could say, you know, there's only, of our countries, only 3 that really make sense for you to actually execute this program in terms of opportunities. So why don't you, concentrate your execution here to get the most value for your money, right? In the past, the expectation may be everyone executes at the same time. Now, if there's a certain amount of countries that are ready to execute, you start there while you prep the other countries, identifying the gaps, and you have a different tactic in those countries to get them to a point where they can actually execute the program. So what that allows you to do is it tells the marketing teams that they'll have to have multiple approaches once they actually do execute in country. Everyone wants to aggregate what's inside those databases so we can get a single view. That's one of the goals that we have, and that's one of the things that we feel that we now can offer to the company that no one else has because of the Alterian solution. What's really odd is that everyone in our company will say that they are customer-centric. But actually being customer-centric is much more difficult to do. It's much easier to start with what's closest to you, which is the technology, and everybody gets excited about new technology, And so they want to announce to the world the newest, the greatest technology available. Now, if they start with the consumer or the customer or prospect and start with their need, then what they actually would be marketing to the customer may not be the latest and greatest. It could be an earlier version, but that's what the customer actually needs. So knowing what the customer is looking for, knowing that the customer could be at different stages of his own life cycle, requires, again, that you can't have one size fits all. You have to have multiple options in terms of how you engage with that customer. Well, one of the things that I liked about the team that we formed in database marketing is that we brought different skill sets together. Because in the past, we had advanced analytics folks immersed in the numbers and the models and really liking to tout their models. And then you had the marketing team who really liked the art of marketing and the conceptualization and the messaging. And then you'd have the science folks, the advanced analytics team, come to the marketing team to explain these new models. And the marketing team say, well, that's nice, and totally not understand how it would be applied or why would I change my life. I'd rather do new creative. Our team, I come from the creative side. My other folks on the team, Mike comes from a little bit of the analytical side. And what we've decided to do is our charter is to bring the two together. And if we can make it creative so that numbers actually can be creative and profiles can be creative to help the marketing team insert science to make their art form even better. That is what I think our challenge is, and it's been fun.